Yep, it's what I thought. Well, here's our Silent Hill inspiration. I think we have hit the quote-unquote other world. Well, the time has finally come. We finally have the full build of Tormented Souls. Now, you guys might recall we checked this out as a demo maybe about a month or two ago, 3 months ago. Time, how does it work? That being said, this game was very promising. Not only the entire aspect behind it, which is classic survival horror, think your Silent Hills, old school Resident Evils, etc., etc. The game will be live for you guys on the 27th. So there's certain limitations of what I can show you in this video, but I'm pretty sure we won't actually get to that. So we don't have to worry much about what I can show you, what I have to limit, etc., etc. But here's what I'll do. I'm going to put this video out, obviously. You guys let me know if you want to see some more. Come the 26th, I can then show you just regular things going forward. And, you know, even after the game comes out, if you guys want to see some more then, you let me know. We can make a full playthrough of this, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. For now, let's just get into the world of Tormented Souls.
A letter for me? I never receive letters.
So, if you're familiar with the demo of this little scene that we got right now where she was about to put some eyeliner on, maybe a little bit foreboding now that I think about it, huh? Either way, if you haven't seen it, then don't worry, we'll get there. Let's see, we have some mayo here. From John Doe, Wildeburger Hospital, Winter Lake, etc., etc., to Caroline Walker. Alright? I suppose we are Caroline Walker, right? Do you think you can just simply abandon us here? Very ominous.
It's been 2 weeks since I received that letter from the Wildburger Hospital. Since then, I haven't been fine. I can't get out of my head the image of those little girls. I can't sleep. And when I am able to fall asleep, it's only to dream horrible nightmares. I need to know what's going on. What's the meaning of all of this? I'm going to the Wildburger Hospital in hopes of finding some answers about this strange photo. I need to know what's going on.
Okay, so just a bit of a heads up. I'm recording this right now, but I already know what I have to do when I edit this video. There's going to be a little bit of editing magic taking place right now what you're listening to me talk to, because, well, as you see, there was actually poopa. Now, to be fair, That's actually, nobody wants to lose an eyeball, but that's a fairly clean cut and removal. I mean, it's not bleeding out or anything like that, so I mean, there is that. I mean, if you just want to talk semantics about it, right? But yeah, that's what I mentioned about the foreboding thing when she was doing the eyeliner thing, because of this happening here pretty soon. That said, when it comes to our optimizations, in case you're interested about that, I'm running everything right now in 1440, everything maxed out. I thought I wouldn't be able to believe anymore. All this time I refused to let hope grow inside my chest. But now that Maria is pregnant again, I'm going to believe again for Maria. For those little souls. For me. And we have a birth certificate here. Mentions souls, so obviously more than one, and we have a birth certificate C right here. Oddly enough, not the other one though, right? Only one, and I can't, inspect in case you're wondering. Today's the happiest day of my life after all the suffering we have endured the past few years. Maria, my beloved wife, has blessed me with 2 beautiful angels. But there is more. After all this time, she has returned to me. She looked at me with her eyes wide, as if she had not seen me in years, like she was waking up from a dream. That is not all. Something odd happened when I checked my watch to find the exact time at which the first baby, Emma, was born. As I opened the lid, the glass cracked and the hands utterly stopped. I do not think this event to have some meaning or other. I'm not a superstitious man, but Maria insists that it's a sign. She has started using the hour as her lucky number and uses it for everything. William Wildeberger's diary. That's all we could read right now. So, obviously, you're instantly thinking, oh, it's that picture of those 2 girls, right? Probably, more than likely, if we make a astute observation here. Let's pop this bad boy open. We have ourselves, quite literally, the pocket watch we just read about. And, typical, I guess, modern, actually, I'm not sure, the old school Resident Evil games also do the thing where you manipulate items and click on them. I know it's more of a modern thing, but I don't know. I have a really dodgy memory. But either way, interact with items, and we have now opened this up. These are the 2 angels I spoke of. Time stood still when my 2 angels fell from heaven. What time do we got here? We got 12:35 roughly, we'll say, right? Therefore, that is going to be... Oh, good. It's not 21, Falcon, it's 12. 21 doesn't work. I mean, I guess it does if you're doing, like, military time, but hey. We're not. 12:35. Now keep in mind this early part, it'll be kind of breezy to me just because it's still fresh in my memory. We played this, as I mentioned, in demo not too long ago. And we got an old rusty wrench, which would also interact with we will. This is very important. I found this out the hard way. Do not let shadows embrace you. What does that mean? It literally means do not get into darkness because weird things start to happen. What weird things? Why I didn't stand around too long to figure it out. But, maybe we'll dive into it, test it out, just see what's up. Right now, we're looking at this size because we need to use this wrench to pop this bad boy open right over here. We use... Okay. And again, what I love about this is the fixed camera angles. I've always been a sucker to that because that's what gives you the ability to just do these pre-rendered baked backgrounds that, still hold up in time. Like when you look at those old school Resident Evil games, the backgrounds at least look really good. Sure, the models, polygons, and whatever look fairly outdated. See what's gonna happen. We're in darkness, but at least there's a candle right there, so we're still not in complete darkness, so we're fine. Essentially, let's see if I could just show you a little bit of what happens when you're in the dark here. Oh, very scary, Falcon. Your screen gets very grainy and suddenly, apparently chromatic aberration takes over your entire screen. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not sure what happens beyond that point, but I don't want to find out, because apparently I have a heart meter here, so it feels like this woman's gonna have a heart attack if I leave her in the dark too long, so, I don't want that happening. Let's turn on this lighter. Very powerful lighter, mind you. And again, the game looks amazing. The lighting really, really good. Not sure if... I guess this is where we gotta go first, right? Trying to remember based on what I recall from the demo itself. Like, I know what I gotta do, I'm just not sure the steps to do it. This game has a lot of cool, images all over the place, too. Of course, get a little spoopy scare. Are we good right now? I guess we're fine right now, okay. Clip of nails. That'll be 4. We will be getting a nail gun as a weapon. According to the latest archaeological discoveries of Winter Lake Island, the Tissimuit tribe resided on the island for more than 500 years before being discovered by European settlers. Proof of this is an ancient underground cemetery found deep inside a cavern to the island shore, dating from the 10th century. More than 286 skeletons belonging to 10-year-old children have been unearthed so far in the underground cemetery. All the bones were buried in pairs, and experts suspect that these were twins buried together. And obviously we already have our predisposed idea of twins from the picture, right? And also this William dude's daughters. Very interesting to talk about, you know, young kids being buried. A vending machine, it's out of order. I just recently played a game, Livestream Escape from Hotel Tsunami, which the premise was also about kids being buried in some sort of, you know, ancient burial ground. So, this is something we'll do later. It's just weird how coincidences work on occasion, you know? Suddenly 2 back-to-back games with, like, you know, kids apparently being buried underground. This dog gives me the creeps, as it should. I mean, look at this creature right there. Okay, so we got some morphine over here. It's covered in blood. It reeks. I don't dare lift it. It's probably a good idea. Now over here we're gonna get this plastic heart, which I'm pretty sure in the demo I didn't really find out what I did with this. I think the demo ended before that. But I did pick it up in the demo, I do remember that. 7-inch tape. This will be basically for us to save. Think of, like, you know, your ink ribbons from Resident Evil, obviously. But what's kind of cool about this is the game gives you also story exposition during these saves. It's not plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of that right now.
An old magnetophone. It looks like it works. Recording my progress might be useful if anything happens to me. My name is Caroline Walker. I came to Wildberger Mansion seeking information about 2 girls in a photograph I received in the mail a couple of weeks ago. The last thing I remember before losing consciousness was a ride. I remember pain and then nothing. I woke up sometime later connected to a ventilation machine. And my eye had been removed. Why? Why would someone do such a thing? I don't know what the hell is going on in this place, but I need answers. Every time I close my eyes, I see those girls.
And over here we'll have another of these doors, which are locked electronically. Those will be available to us once we get the power up and running, which is, I believe, roughly where you end up in the demo. You get the power up and running, and then that's about it. So we have a map of this area. Luckily we just picked up our own. Got another diary over here as well. I was terrified of what William would do when he finally saw my naked skin, but my fears were unfounded. He accepted me, even with the scars on my back left by my father's whip. William asked me why he did it, of course. I explained that the pain was to redeem my sins. William will never look at my father in the same way again, so we have like some flagellation going on. And we could see kind of a picture drawing of her back right there too. This is something I didn't do in the demos, so I don't think we have access to that one just yet. And for now, I think we gotta go downstairs to continue our progress. Oh, the one thing that I've mentioned about the, you know, obviously, if we come to the condition thing, we see like the heart, and I mentioned if she's in the dark tunnel, she'll have a heart attack. That's partly in due because of this. I remember these posted I saw about heart attacks, and I was like, I wonder if that's basically the game giving you a heads up, like what happens if you're in the dark too long without light. More nails. What do we got here? Hexen socket, it's missing a handle, which I believe you guys already know we're going to be using that here at some point. Patient report. Dr. William Wildeberger, since the patient's health is extremely delicate and a transfer would worsen her condition, I would advise against transferring them to the new hospital. The patient has cardiac insufficiency and requires an immediate transplant. The patient passed away at 11:34 due to cardiac arrest. At the time of their death, they were holding on to a metal object. With the rapid onset of rigor mortis, I've been unable to remove it from their hand. Oh, that's weird, right? It looked like somebody in a wheelchair just rolling on by. Oh, it's been mutilated. What the hell's going on here? Surely, the person in the wheelchair could not be responsible for that. There's our boy. For now, we gotta flip.
What the hell is going on here?
My child, you are pale. What happened to you?
A person in a wheelchair with knives in his hands was chasing me.
Oh, it's you. Don't you remember me? I'm the town priest. We met here in the chapel only a couple of days ago.
What? I'm sorry. I don't remember you. I certainly don't remember coming here before.
I see. Perhaps I'm mistaken. I'm old and get confused every now and again.
What is going on here, Father? Where is everybody?
The patients and the hospital personnel have been transferred to the new hospital in town. This old mansion has been left pretty much abandoned.
Why are all the lights off? I don't like this.
Oh, you're not gonna see the last line?
I feel the same. Something evil is happening here. Something wicked that hides in the shadows.
Is there a way to turn on the lights?
The old generator has been playing up. It happens sometimes. Go to the end of the hall and through the door that leads to the generator room. You can restore the power from there.
I see.
Wait. Take this with you. It's not much, but it might be useful. It's dangerous to walk around the mansion unarmed.
Thank you, Father, but what are you going to do without a weapon?
My child, with a Bible in my hand, God protects me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna protect you against Wolverine on a wheelchair out there. When we played the demo of this, I made the mention that perhaps she's one of the girls in the picture, just doesn't remember. Because what he said about, like, haven't we met before, could have been, an issue with a twin. Met somebody like her that he thought was her, but it was not really her. Just somebody looked like her. Would make sense for a twin. Again, that's very obvious, though I'm not sure that thing's gonna go that way, but, something to keep in mind for sure. So this will tell us how to actually use this. Now keep in mind that we can't use this weapon in the dark, otherwise things go a little bit weird. One thing, though, is I'm not sure if this was part of the demo. I don't remember jumping back in demo like this, but whether they added it or not, who knows. But I'm glad it's here because it's actually really very useful for maneuvering when it comes to combat. For now, though, let's go back to your lighter there. Thank you. So again, that's just me throwing some ideas, spitballing ideas about, why he said what he said. Maybe he's just a weirdo, who knows? It's not plugged in. And we have a crowbar. This over here I really did enjoy. Why, you'll see it soon. Maria Wilderberg's diary. William promised me that moving into the mansion where the city hospital is located would be best for us, that it would allow us to spend more time together. These days, however, I find him spending every working hour at work, or every waking hour at work. I was like, obviously, you spend every working hour at work, hence the name. I fall asleep waiting for him at night. His passion for medicine is what made me fall in love with him in the first place. Am I being selfish? Today is one of the happiest days of my life. William came running into the room, searching for something. His eyes traveled around the room, giving me no more than a few seconds of attention. But when he looked at me again, his eyes opened wide. William came to me and put a hand on my forehead. He pressed his fingers into my wrist and looked at me for a few seconds unbelieving. His voice faltered when he spoke. "We're gonna have a baby," he said. I felt sick. William took the rest of the day off. He acted like a child, laughing and speaking of the future, holding my hand the whole time. That night we heard a noise coming from underground. It sounded like metal being struck over and over. We could not find sleep until early morning. That's an interesting reaction, right? We're gonna have a baby. Oh, I felt sick. This over here is, like, you know they're gonna do some scare with this eventually, right? That is just gonna spook the hell out of me. Morphine. So we got this over here barricaded. This is where we're using our crowbar. So over here we'll have our very first puzzle of the game, because obviously, it's classic survival horror, you gotta have these puzzles. There's an issue with the electric generator. The pressure of the gas must be exact for it to ignite. The correct pressure is written on the control panel. So this is very important because there's a bit of a trick that comes to this one, if I remember correctly from the demo as well, which I'll talk about here pretty soon. We're, number one, missing one of the little switches for that. But, as I recall, it's actually going to trick you. And if you don't do the test before, you'll get tricked by it. And here's what I mean by the test. Here's the thing that we do need for one. And if we check this, we'll see it needs to be at 10, right? But you probably won't consider even hitting start on your first time because you're thinking, well, I mean, like, I gotta go get it at 10, right? But here's the trick. From a 5, it dropped to a 4. So let's put you over here. And let me do a little bit of, whiz work here. There we go. So we got it up to 11 this way. So, you guys gotta fiddle around with these little switches until you finally get it. This is where we're 11 now. We turn that on, it'll drop to a 10. Bada bing, bada boom. Again, this will be not new to you if you already played the demo or see my video in the demo, but in case you haven't, well, there you go. And our Jenny's online. Very loud as it is. But more importantly, we got some light. Areas we could go and exploit that we couldn't beforehand. Still there. I'm not sure if you should fight this guy. I'm definitely not going to spend any nails on it because it's a survival horror game, right? A lot of this is not fighting everything like your Rambo. It's choosing your battles wisely. Plus, I'm the type of guy who likes to hoard everything for boss fights, right? So, along the way, if I don't gotta kill you, it's fine, I won't do it. I will try to evade. Maternity ward, right? Let's check this out. This one of the doors is now open because of the light going back on. There's another one in that room, the first save room that we got to as well. Okay. Now, I don't think I actually hit the maternity ward in the demo. So I think I might have missed out on this one in the demo. Lucas Huston evening shift, electrical maintenance. The nurses told me that a lamp was malfunctioning in the maternity ward. When I turned on the lights, I could see that one of the bulbs in the wall was indeed flickering. As I was getting ready to change it, a man came out of nowhere and grabbed me by the shoulders, pushing me back with strength unimaginable for someone his age. He told me not to touch it. I didn't want to argue with him, so I simply left. I can't stop thinking about it. Why did the old man prevent me from touching it? I should check it out. You're like a child. Oh, they told me not to do it. I better go check it out. Oh, we got a body here. Okay. This is where it's gonna happen, isn't it? Oh, you're the thing holding the item that the thing spoke about, or the diary spoke about. Her chest was left open in the middle of a procedure. The heart is missing. Well, I mean, we could shock her, but the thing is she's missing a heart. Now, you're probably thinking, what about this plastic thing you got on you? I guess we could probably use it, although, I mean, it's a plastic heart. I don't think it's going to really work. I mean, we got to find the other piece to it, and obviously you probably do, and now it's going to give us whatever's in her hand right there, which seems to be like a crank of some kind. Any items for us here? Water is switched off. Oh, you're the flickering light. Alright, let's get ready for this. Oh, it just opened a door. Okay. I thought that angry man with imaginable strength would show up and, like, attack us or something. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so we can now get another save file happening here at some point. Good. We are basically starting to end up around the time I want to start wrapping up this first video at. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, again, let me know. And we could definitely come back and do more of this, without having to limit myself because of embargo details, and do a full playthrough on this if you guys are enjoying it. I would obviously not mind at all. I guess we gotta turn on the candles. Wait, what? Why does it look... Oh, no. Why does it look so jank on the other side? Like run down jank, not like, you know, Euro jank. Yep, it's what I thought. Well, here's our Silent Hill inspiration. I think we have hit the quote-unquote other world. Oh yeah. See, in the regular world we have just mannequins wrapped up or at least covered in towels. Here we have apparently torture Iron Maiden-like devices. Good. Alright. Well, is this a good time to wrap it up, you're saying? Yeah, I think so. We've gone long enough here for this. Okay. Vial of morphine. What the hell's that? Oh, no, 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 no. What's that noise? No, no, you put this on right now. There's something there. Oh. Still alive. I can only imagine. Okay, so unlike the other guy who's got a wheelchair, so you don't have a wheelchair, so you evolve into the guy in the wheelchair by the looks of things. And also apparently when you evolve, your claws get a lot bigger, because these are small, but still a very terrifying thing to witness. Luckily there was this light here, so we could actually use the nail gun here to take this thing down. But at least we saw at least one of the enemy types here. We had seen these enemies in the demo as well, but a different location. So this is the first time you get to run into them in the full game, apparently. Surgical tools. Oh, so since we're in the other world, this is where the body of that woman with the open heart, or the open chest holding the items at. Let me guess. We're supposed to find the other piece of this, put it together, put it in there, and then suddenly she's gonna have a heart in the real world that we could then resuscitate and get that tool off of. Alright. It's actually kind of cool, so... That save that I got right now that I picked up, I'm gonna go back to the first room and save there. And we'll wrap it up. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. As I've mentioned, 27th is when the game comes out for all of you. On the 26th, I could show you more beyond this point. So, if you guys did enjoy what you saw, just let me know. I'll definitely come back and do a bit more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.